Morning, y'all. It's another beautiful day here in Washington State. Today I am going to be filming a vlog, so come along with me. So I would be out fishing today, but I've got to be around here for a septic inspection. Fun, I know. But in the meantime, I'm going to do a little tackle prep for tomorrow, because tomorrow I am going to be going out fishing. I'm going to take the kayak out. It's been a while. Figured get out there, get a line wet. My plan is to go to Lake X and search for some bass. I know I've said that on previous videos, but I am seriously going to beat the banks for some bass. There's got to still be bass in that lake. I know it. What was I getting to? So, the point I was getting to, the Civic, the old Silver Slug, she's been having some fuel system issues. I replaced the fuel pump and the fuel filter and thought everything was good. Everything was good for about a week. And then day before yesterday, she about left me stranded. Wouldn't start. The fuel pump was not getting power. It wasn't clicking over. So the last logical thing for me to replace would be the main fuel pump relay, which is this bad boy right here. So these things are mounted up under the dash on the passenger side, right next to the heater core. What tends to happen over time is the solder joints on the circuit board, they expand and contract and expand and contract. When you turn on the heat, the heater core gets hot, then the car gets cold, yada yada yada. But they crack around the base of the solder joints, and obviously that is no bueno for an electrical connection. Let me show you what I'm talking about real quick. Okay, I've got you guys in the hat cam. This is a new angle I'm going to be trying, so this is sort of part of today's vlog, is experimenting with this angle and seeing how well it works. So, here's what I'm talking about. You take this thing apart, it's super easy. If you can look right there, you have two solder joints that look really, really suspect. These are what was causing the issue. They expand and contract over time, like I said. And now, when the board gets hot or cold, you don't have a good connection here, so you're not getting power flowing through to the fuel pump. This thing was not clicking over. It wasn't doing its job. So $80 later, replace the part. And now, hopefully, everything is solved. I'm really crossing my fingers on this one, guys. The only other thing I can think of is, well, I can't really think anything. It doesn't make sense for the fuel injectors to get replaced. They're still firing, because once the car does start, it runs great. It's just getting it started and getting power from the battery to the fuel pump. And the only thing in between those two things is this damn relay. So, replace that, got a new one up under the dash. It took maybe 15 minutes to replace. Super easy to do. And she's been running good, starting good, I should say. Well, and running good. For the past 2 days. Only time will tell. So, like I said, I'm stuck around here today. Gotta be around here for a septic inspection. Just to sort of walk the property with the guy, make sure everything looks okay. And yeah, I'm gonna do some practice casting while I have some time to kill. Do some projects around the house that I've been putting off, and I'll bring you guys along with me. Like I said, I'm gonna be trying out a new camera angle, being the hat cam. If this is a good angle, if it works well today, this is probably going to be my go-to angle from now on when I go fishing, especially in the kayak, because I've noticed in the kayak, no matter how hard I try, the chesty tends to point downwards. So you're getting a lot of shots of my legs, and that's just not good for content. Jake and I, Bainbridge bass fishing, Bainbridge bass fishing. We've been talking a lot, especially last night, about rigging up something. I know I've talked about this in my last tackle talk, but I figured I'd dive a little deeper into the subject. We've been talking about rigging up something on the back of the John boat, something that sticks up high, with the GoPro pointed down, just to get both of us and get some more cast to catches and all that kind of good stuff. Considering getting a second GoPro, that is definitely on the list. To be able to have one up high and then one on the head mount or something like that would double the content. I think it would make the content exponentially better for the channel. Speaking of the channel, there are some changes on the horizon. Jake and I were thinking about just combining the channel and making it one thing between the both of us as far as the fishing goes. Mike, if you're watching this, I know you want to do the car stuff and all that, and we're still going to do that. I say we do a separate channel for that too. So we might have a new channel coming up, and then this existing channel might change names. Not sure yet, but it's still going to be the same thing. Fishing content, outdoor content, vlogs, tackle talks, podcasts, stuff like that. So, that out of the way, let's talk a little bit about this Eastern Washington trip. So, April is nearing very quickly. On the date I'm filming this, it is March 10th. So, in about a month, I plan on being in Eastern Washington. Roughly the first week of April, Jake and I are going to head over. Trying to film a vlog here. Anyways, as I was saying, first week is what we're shooting for. First week of April, we're going to head over the mountains to do some fishing. Jake's got a buddy that's going to be over there, so we might meet up with him as well. His name is escaping my memory right now. If I think of it, I'll put it right here. If not, I'll just be pointing at myself. So yeah, one of those days, Mike and I are going to be working on cars. So that day, Jake will probably go meet up with his buddy. I think his buddy's got a bass boat too. And they'll go fish and stuff like that, and hopefully we'll have a second GoPro so that Jake can strap that on for the day, get that content, and then give me the SD card. I'll edit it and put it out for you guys. So it has the potential of being a really, really kick-ass trip. And it's just, I'm so excited because I love going over on that side of the mountains. The bass fishing is so much better. Not to mention all the other species that we have the opportunity to catch. So yeah, that's the update. The content isn't going to change. It's just going to get better. Yeah. More cameras, better angles. We might be changing the channel name. Not sure about that yet. We're still in the brainstorming phase of things. Need to come out with a logo. Jake has a hookup for that, so we'll see how that works out. We'll see how that pans out. And yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say about that. Let's get to doing some projects around the house. So, first order of business is to get on the roof and check the gutters. I've been putting this off for a while now. They actually don't look too bad. Not too bad at all. Don't mind the tarp. We've had a minor roof leak. That's gonna get fixed this spring. This is always my least favorite part of ladders. Hello. Well, it looks like that doesn't need to be done today. That's a good thing. We've got this dang massive Doug fir that just sheds crap. I'm trying to watch my mouth here. Sheds crap all over the roof. So that's good. On to the next thing. I mowed most of the yard yesterday, as you can see. I'm gonna mow the rest of it real quick for the septic guy. He's got to check the clean out right there. There's another clean out up there. Just want to have a clear path for him, you know. Still need to burn all this. All this. All that. Actually, I think I'm going to use some of that to build myself a little workbench. So that's coming in the future. That'll be a future project. Wood's still nice and covered. Seasoning till next year. Coming along pretty good, I'd say. Got the yak all loaded up for tomorrow. She's good to go. Still talking really loud. Sorry, I was trying to get decent audio for the GoPro. It's pretty windy out there today. Yeah, mow the yard. That's next. Gotta finish mowing the yard. Like I said, I mowed half of it yesterday. Mowed the front, mowed half the back. I'm gonna finish the back off and might do a fire. It might be a little bit windy to do a burn pit today, but we'll see how that works out. Hopefully this wind will die down for tomorrow, because I really don't want to be out in the yak in the wind. Even though Lake X is very, very sheltered from the wind, still makes it a pain in the butt. You gotta set up drifts, stuff like that. I should stop complaining about that. At least I get to get out in the water. At least I have a kayak. So yeah, for now I'm gonna change into some proper clothes, throw some boots on, and get the mower started. I should probably check if it has gas. And then get to mowing the rest of the yard. Oh, something I want to talk about real quick, on a more serious note, is medical kits. So yesterday afternoon I was out there replacing this on the Civic, and I heard somebody yelling for help from across the street. I look over there and there is our 73-year-old neighbor waving her arms, yelling for help with blood pouring from her head. So I instantly sprinted over there, got her inside, got her sat down, ran back over, got my medical kit, broke out my gloves, broke out my gauze pads, and stopped the bleeding, and cleaned her wound up a little bit. Turns out she had tripped over a rock and fell straight into another rock with her head, right here. And she had a nice 3.5, 4-inch gash going that turned out to need stitches. She was super shaken up, and to be honest, I was too. My adrenaline was pumping like crazy. Like I said, got the bleeding stopped. Anybody that knows anything about head wounds, they're extremely vascular. Your head's extremely vascular, so when you get even the smallest cut in your head, it bleeds like a sieve. Got her all cleaned up, got her sat down and calmed down. Asked her if she wanted me to call the EMTs. She said no. She was adamant about it. So I did everything I could, checked her pupils to make sure they were constricting, and then checked them to see if one was dilated more than the other. It wasn't, thank God, so possibility of a concussion was pretty low. And as it turned out, she did not have a concussion. Thank God. The point I'm trying to get to is that everybody, anybody, period, should have a medical kit. Now, this isn't just a first aid kit, it's a medical kit. Now, in this, I've got plenty of stuff. She's running a little bit low from yesterday. I did use a lot of gauze. It's just better to be safe than sorry. And especially in a situation like that, I was so glad that I had my medical kit. If you want me to break this down and show you exactly what I have in here, leave a comment below. It'd make for an interesting tackle talk, quote unquote, for me, but it definitely came in handy yesterday. She's okay. She ended up getting 8 stitches on that cut. They did a CT scan and everything like that, and nothing was broken, no bleeds, no nothing like that, and didn't think she had a concussion. So she's home now, resting. Thank goodness. But I keep this in my Civic at all times. And it's made by Adventure Medical Kits. This is the Whitetail series. They come in all types of different packages, I guess you could say. This is the third from the most expensive. I think I paid $65-70 for it, and it's the best money I ever spent. It's come in handy around the house plenty of times, and yesterday it came in handy in an emergency. Another thing that I think everybody should have in their car at all times, aside from a medical kit, is a proper tourniquet. Now, this right here is so simple. It cost me maybe $25-30 on Amazon, and it's called a rat's tourniquet. Let me show you it real quick. This is all it is. Really long elastic band with a cleat. And I believe RATS stands for Rapid Application Tourniquet System. And this is super easy to use. Practice with it if you do have a tourniquet from time to time, just to keep yourself refreshed. About every month or so I put this on myself. Obviously I don't tighten it down super tight. You don't want to do that to yourself. Just practicing. But this is probably the most simple, easy to use tourniquet I found. I have another one right here. This is your traditional style tourniquet with your band that you can tighten down and all that. Thanks, Mike. Mike I'm going to put his Instagram right here. Thank you so much for picking me up one of these. This stays in the medical kit, and the rat's tourniquet stays with my fishing gear. So I've got 2 tourniquets in 2 places just in case I need them. Like I said, leave a comment below if you want me to make a video breaking down what's in my medical kit, because I would really love to do that video. I'll probably end up doing it anyway at a later date, but yeah, it definitely came in handy yesterday. And it's always good to be prepared. If I wouldn't have had this yesterday, it would have been more of a shit show than it was. I had sterile gauze that I could give her. I had nitrile gloves, which are very important. A lot of people are allergic to latex, so having nitrile gloves is good for the patient, and it's good for you, obviously. You want a blood barrier. You never know what people are carrying. It's just good to protect yourself. So, to all y'all sportsmen out there that have been reluctant to spend the money on a medical kit, a proper medical kit, do it. Spend the money. I'd rather spend 70 or 80 bucks on this than any kind of fishing gear out there. It's just, it makes sense. So, that aside, let's go ahead and move on with the vlog. Well, the septic guy showed up early, which is awesome. It is 11:30 in the morning. He wasn't supposed to show up till between noon and 3. So I have the rest of the day to do whatever I want. Either go fishing or most likely finish some projects around the house. I'm already started, so might as well finish. Don't think I'm gonna film too much more, just because as I'm looking at it, I've been editing the video as I've been filming it. It's already over 20 minutes. Most of that is due to my rant about medical kits, but I really wanted to share that with you guys. So, might do a little time lapse of me doing the rest of the yard, but beyond that, I think this is gonna wrap it up. So, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video, and we'll see you on the next one.